So when you start playing for the first time, you're introduced to the menu scene with this music. And there are two things I love about this track. First of all, it's a lone instrument. It's not an orchestra, it's not several instruments playing one instrument. It has a reverb that makes it sound like it's in a big room. So, it's just alone, it's dreary. And the second thing is that they picked a guitar. You could have picked several lone instruments. They could have done something like this instead. I mean, something about this electric guitar makes it feel real and gritty. Like there's something about the fingers sort of plucking the strings, whereas a piano, it's more of a, you hit something and then the hammer hits the string, right? Or versus other instruments that maybe are woodwinds, then use air, it's more flowing. It fits this world so perfectly. I can imagine exploring and then all of a sudden I turn a corner and instead of finding clickers, I see this lone guy in this big room playing the guitar and just looking up, and he has this little amp to the side and cigarette and being like, I survived the apocalypse. I just play my guitar. And then he gets out a gun and tries to shoot you because he knows The Last of Us. And so that track sort of setting the tone for the entire game, there's a sound that I really like that's repeated very often, and it's this. And it reminds me of like maybe when you're in a daze or you're just waking up and and you're sort of getting adjusted to the light coming into your eyes. And so having that music play while you're exploring gives it this sense of otherworldliness. Like you can't believe you're seeing what you're seeing. This is your planet, but it's like the rug was pulled from underneath you and everything's so desolate, so post-apocalyptic. And in the story, there's a lot of gray area that they deal with, a lot of nuance. And I like how in the music, not only do you have your lonely and dark sort of parts, but you also have every now and then a somewhat hopeful sort of a feel like this.
There she is. Kids will be watching movies tonight.
Where is this lab of theirs?
It's all the way out, University of Eastern Colorado.
Sort of like everything is just so terrible, but every now and then you have this one moment, right? That one cutscene where they really bond and they are able to have a few moments where things seem to be fine. And I love that because it gives you that sense of like every now and then you're able to have a rest. You're able to have some characters bond or something nice happens for a minute, in the cutscene, and then everything goes to crap again. But it's like a lot of times life feels that way. And I think a good cinematic equivalent is in the Matrix Revolutions when Neo and Trinity are in the ship, and then all of a sudden... right, that little glimpse of light and then back into it. And I think that's visually represented by what you're looking at in the game. I mean, the graphics are obviously gorgeous and you see a lot of trees and greenery and the world is just beautiful mixed with everything that's just abandoned, all these buildings, all these cars, graffiti all over the place of all the political stuff that was happening before. And that's what I love about this game, because it's not only the story, but it's the visuals and the music as well that all together sort of unifyingly encapsulate that feeling of everything is dark and dreary, but there's a little bit of hope, there's a glimpse, and there's just enough to keep you going. That's why the title, I think, is perfect, The Last of Us. So those are my thoughts to the music to The Last of Us. And if you want to see an extra video for every soundtrack review that I make, consider backing me on Patreon, where for $1 per show, you can see an extra video, basically what didn't make it to the final cut. And there are other rewards as well. It would really help with keeping this show going on. I want to make many more videos. So let me know what you think in the comments below, whether you agree or disagree. And thank you for watching Soundtrack Reviews, and I'll see you next time.